Welcome to ZakDTV, the place for interesting news from around the net. For today's episode, we're going to do this a little bit differently. We are going to look at AI. It's been in the news a lot. Zuckerberg and Musk are going back and forth about it. I thought maybe we should look at what's really going on. And hey, if you want more interesting news 7 days a week, go ahead and click the subscribe button right over here. Alright, let's get right into it. Earlier this month, Elon Musk was speaking with the National Governors Association. It's a group where governors from different states get together and they talk about pressing issues. In his speech, Musk said, "I have exposure to the most cutting-edge AI, and I think people should be really concerned by it. AI is a fundamental risk to the existence of human civilization." He's not the only guy who is smarter than me who feels this way. These thoughts have been echoed by people like Stephen Hawking, and maybe not smarter but richer. Mark Cuban has said the same thing. In fact, Mark Cuban said that AI scares the shit out of him. Well, in comes Zuckerberg with his comments on the situation. And he states that, "I think people who are naysayers and try to drum up these doomsday scenarios, I don't understand it. It's really negative, and in some ways, I think it's pretty irresponsible." Well, in a response to a text sent to him, Elon Musk recently stated that, "I've talked to Mark about this. His understanding of the subject is limited." And I believe that to be the case here. Where Zuckerberg's AI is only being used to track what we do when we're on Facebook and to make sure they could sell us and sell our information the best way possible, Elon's AI has more real-world implications. Not only does his AI run the risk of hurting human beings, he's looking to implement it in a way that Zuckerberg isn't. And I think Mark Zuckerberg, if he was watching what his own AI team, the Facebook AI research team, FAIR, is doing, would be a little more concerned as well. Just this month, in a paper released by FAIR, they reported on how they're teaching their AI to communicate with each other and bargain. They're working on the art of the deal, if you will. They have two AI that will negotiate back and forth to try to gain as many points as possible. Points are based on different objects, like a hat is worth X amount, baseball is worth X amount, and they try to trade these items so they both walk away happy and have made the best profit. They want to train these bots to do this so that way they could talk us humans into making purchases or checking out websites or stuff like that. And according to the paper put out by the Facebook researchers, there were cases where agents initially feigned interest in a valueless item, only to later compromise by conceding it, an effective negotiating tactic that people use regularly. These AI are pretending to care about something when they don't. They are lying to their target in order to get what they want. In another paper published by FAIR, Facebook AI Research, they've also found that these robots are developing their own language, a language that we can't understand. What ended up happening is, in a similar project, they didn't specify that the robots had to speak in our traditional English. All the words were programmed in English. All the things they knew to say were in English. But they were able to use words however they wanted. And what they came up with was this. That is two AI talking back and forth, understanding each other, and coming to a conclusion as to what they want to trade in order to meet an outcome. We can't understand what that says. Any social group will do this. I mean, we have words like on fleek, you know? We are continuously developing our own lingo. But do we really want a program out there that could speak to each other, understand each other, that we have no idea what's going on in their conversation? And of course, I mean, there's the funny side of AI too, where you see him putting them through trials like this. You know, this is an AI learning to run, learning to get back up, and learning to use its momentum to change its direction to follow a predetermined set of goals. And yeah, it's funny to throw stuff at it and whatnot, but every time it runs the simulation, it gets better. While you might think, hey, this is just going on in a computer, it teaches a real-life robot how to act, how to move, how to achieve its assigned goal. And while we're talking about assigned goals, AI in the military is blowing up. We already have an F-16 that is programmed to take off by itself, find its targets, destroy the target, and come back. They plan on sending these up in a squadron, along with an F-35 as the lead aircraft. These AI planes will be able to talk to each other, figure out who's going where, take out what they have to take out, return to formation, and fly back to base. For some more future AI, we have Russia just announced they are working on AI missiles. Missiles that, after they are launched, will choose their own flight path, choose their own targets, find the best way to strike the targets, what order they should be taken out in, like, one goes after a radar that opens up this area for this and that. These missiles will run their own strategy against a target. They also have plans on bot swarms that could be interconnected and survey a whole area. Earlier this month, Kalashnikov debuted their entire line of AI robots. These are tanks, these are drones, these are mounted, armor-piercing weapons that run fully autonomously, like you see here. An AI advance that China is working on right now is looking to do the Minority Report thing. The movie with Tom Cruise, where they could predict a crime before it happens. China is implementing AI that will allow them to track suspicious activity and stop crimes before they happen. That's their goal. That is what they explain they're going to be able to do. Using their millions of security cameras, they want to be able to track through facial recognition, through what people are buying, how they're acting, where they're at, if they travel a lot, if they go to a hardware store a lot. Yes, a hardware store is one of their threat areas. If you go in and buy a hammer, you're okay. If you go in and buy a hammer, a bag, and then stop at the store and get gasoline, you're flagged. Right? And the AI is going to be tracking all of this. Well, I have a lot of hope for our future, and that future does include AI. I also don't think that we could just dismiss the dangers that come with these systems and the dangers that can happen if we don't keep them in check. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for stopping in. If you like what I do, or you just want to get this message out there, go ahead and share it with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. I do this 7 days a week with a live stream on Saturday and a short on Sunday, so I hope you'll come back tomorrow. So I hope to see you again. And until next time, have fun and be safe.